Good morning students. Now today we are start our fifth lecture of chapter number first, that is physical world. Okay. Now just remember this thing, that the first chapter and second chapter of your NCERT book of physics is just combined in one unit. It become a one unit. Okay, means the chapter number first is your physical world and chapter number second is your units and measurement. So both combine and make one unit. Okay, so we are just first studying about the first chapter, not the first unit, first chapter. Okay, and that is physical world, and today it's our last lecture of this chapter. Today the last topic we have completed. First chapter is just the introduction part, nothing else, no formulas, nothing, only the theoretical portion has been given. Clear? Okay, now moving ahead with this. So the last topic of this chapter, which is the last topic of this chapter, is laws, physical laws of nature. Okay, physical laws of nature, or we can say the conservation laws of nature. Okay, the same thing is there, conservation laws of nature. Now in this means if we are applying the conservation law in any of the kind of the physical quantity, the same result we get. But here also but we are taking 4 points for the conservation laws. So in this all have the same meaning. Okay, so the first one is your law of conservation of energy. Okay, second is law of conservation of charge. Third one is law of conservation of momentum, or you can even say it linear momentum. Okay, fourth one is law of conservation of angular momentum. Okay, so here these are the 4 laws of physical laws of nature, and in this one by one we are just discuss about the topics of conservation of energy, conservation of charge, conservation of momentum and conservation of angular momentum. Okay, now so the first one is your conservation of energy. This you know it very well, even in your 9th and 10th standard many of the times you have discussed about this. Okay, so in the law of conservation of energy, what? The energy of an isolated system is always remains constant, or the conserve means it doesn't change, or we can say energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It just transfer from one place to another. Okay, what it means? It can neither be created nor destroyed, just transfer from one place to another, one object to another object, one body to another body, that's it. Okay, means the entire energy of a system remains constant, conserved. It never gains, it never loses. Okay, the conservation means this only. Conservation means there should not even a single bit of change in the system. The amount of a quantity which we are having with the system is existing in a initial, the same amount will be available in the final also. Okay, clear? This is the meaning of the conservation. Now, in moving ahead with the next one, the same thing is just be moving ahead again and again. Second, we are discussing about the law of conservation of charge. Second one, law of conservation of charge. In this, the same thing beta, that the total charge of a system, of an isolated system, is always remains constant. Or we can say it never changed. Okay. So what does it means? That the total amount of a charge of an isolated system is always remains constant. Means if you have just have an idea of atom. So what we can say, atom means atom is always be a neutral object particle, that in this the amount of electron is always equal to the number of protons. This we are saying, okay, and it is always be a neutral, atom is always neutral. It means if any kind of a deficiency of electron occur in an atom, it means the number of proton will increase, then also it will be stable. There is no any instability will occur. So the same thing in this also. If we are discuss about an isolated system, the total charge of an isolated system, I just forgot to write the system. Isolated system is always remains constant. Okay, clear? Of an isolated system, here we are discussing about the isolated system. Isolated system means there is no any exchange of heat, the charged particle. Okay, the system is completely isolated, packed, we can say insulated. Okay, it was an ideal system. All the conservation of the charge, momentum, mass, energy, all had just be applicable on the isolated system only. This you have to be remember. Clear? Third one is your law of conservation of momentum, or you can say a linear momentum, because two kind of momentum we are discussing, angular and the linear. So first we are discussing about the linear momentum. Okay, law of conservation of linear momentum, third one. So before discussing about that what is the law of conservation of momentum, first we have to be know that what is momentum, what does this momentum means. Okay, so first thing this we have to be remember. So momentum, we can say momentum is denoted by small p. Okay, it is mass into velocity. Momentum means mass into velocity. Now in the mass into velocity, what does it mean beta? In this velocity means when the velocity of the mass of an object is always remains constant. Okay, now it means the momentum of a system is directly proportional or directly depending on the velocity only. Okay, so for this what we can say, if velocity changes, then momentum is also changed. So we have to be make velocity as constant. And how does it make? If there should not be an external force will act on it. If there is no any external force is acting on the object, then there is no change in the velocity. It will not gain the velocity, it will not loses the velocity, there is no any increment or no any decrement in the velocity. And if the velocity remains constant, then momentum is also remains constant, because mass is a constant term. It is an invariable term. Okay. So, in this, what we can say? In the law of conservation of momentum, that in the absence of an external force applied on an object, then the total momentum of a system or of an object remains constant. Clear? Okay. So, what is the keynote of this conservation of linear momentum? This one, absence of an external force. Okay. If the external force is constant, means is absent, means if force is equals to 0, then momentum is constant. Okay. If the force is 0, then momentum is constant. Right now I am not showing any of the physical quantity in the form of a vector and scalar, because right now you don't have any idea of the vector and scalar. Even you have studied about vector and scalar in 9th standard, then also in the second chapter, or we can say the second phase of the first unit, in that we are going to discuss about scalar and vector quantities. Right now the simple terms we are discussing. Okay. So, what is the keynote for the linear momentum conservation? That in the absence of the external force applied on any object, then the total momentum of an object remains constant, remains conserved. Okay. Moving towards the fourth law, that is law of conservation of angular momentum. Angular momentum. Now, as our momentum is angular, means it is depending on the angle, then for this also we have to be take the force, a angular force, a moment of a force, and that moment of force is known as torque. You have studied about the torque in your 10th standard in the electric generator topic. Torque. Okay, what is torque means? What is torque? Torque. Torque is force into perpendicular distance. Means I am just open out an almirah with just I am just be taken the handle of an almirah. Okay, I have just be kept it out. So this is makes the 90 degree. Okay. Angle of 90 degree, and I am just be rotating, applying the force. Okay. So this is the perpendicular distance and this is the force I am applying for rotating it. So this whole thing, force into perpendicular distance, is your torque. Clear? So if we are discussing about the angular momentum, then we can say if the torque of an object applied on an object is 0, means in the absence of torque, then the angular momentum of an object remains constant. Okay. So what does it mean? If the torque applied on an object is 0, then the total angular momentum of an object remains conserved. Okay, clear? Get my point, beta? So this is about, means what we can say, torque is equals to 0, then angular momentum is constant. L denotes the angular momentum sign. Right now just seeing which sign I am denoting to which physical quantity. Afterwards, as the chapters will coming, okay, we are just be studying up physics, having our more chapters, then you are able to understand what is this, what is L, what is P, what is V. You are able to understand all the symbols. Okay, clear? So this is about the conservation of angular momentum. And by this your first chapter has been completed, and your first chapter is too small, only the 4 fundamental forces, 4 physical laws of nature, and in the starting how the science word originated, how the physics word has been originated, all these formats has been come across to us. Now in this, afterwards we are just be studying about chapter number 2nd, and that was an interesting chapter. And remember, chapter number 2nd is your basic chapter of physics. Even the formulas, even all the things in the chapter number 2nd is applicable, it has been used in your 12th standard, in your graduation also. Okay, so it was a key note for the physics 2nd chapter, okay, which we are studying in from our next lecture. Clear? Okay, so you have just be write it down, all the notes you have prepared about all the 4 forces and all the 4 laws, or even clear? Okay, now that's all for today. Thank you.